Tough game. Probably, the hardest part is just getting off to a bad start. It was the total opposite of the start that we had last night. And I don't think there's anything more than that than just they played real well early, and we missed a couple of open shots. I thought we were executing pretty good. Missed a few threes. Josh missed one early. That thing goes in like last night, and it's a different start. But we didn't rebound the ball to start the game. We gave up 4 offensive rebounds at the first media, and that was the, it's the stuff we talked about last night. I mean, it's been tough all year long rebounding. It's hard to rebound when you do it with heart and guts every single night, because there's nights when, those balls are going to a bunch of bigger guys. So I thought that was the biggest key. We got the game where we wanted it, in the second half, and we were right there. But as a coach, you also know that, you're having a hard time stopping them. And, they're getting the ball inside against us. Hey, I looked out there at one time, and Jamal was playing the post, and he's done that before and done a great job with it. So, but, it was tough, and, had a couple breaks not go our way.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for the student athletes first, please. Where's the mic? Back up there again. Thank you. There you go. Okay, Brandon.
Brandon Williams, Southland.org. Question for both you guys. Just talk about the effort that it took to get back into the contest. You're down 16 in the first half, down double digits at some point in the second half. Just talk about the effort that it took to get back into the contest and make it competitive.
It took a lot of effort, but we've been there before. I feel like we go through it in practice. We've had games where we've had to claw back before, so we believe in ourselves, and we knew that we could come back, and we had the game right where we wanted it, but we unfortunately fell short. But like I said, we're used to this, we built for this, and we knew that the game was far from over.
Yeah, just to double back on what Maul said, we've been in these type of situations before, so we wasn't really worried. We know we just had to play Sam Houston basketball because we wasn't doing that in the beginning of the game. So once we started playing our type of style of basketball, we came back and made it a contest.
What was the difference defensively between what you guys saw tonight and what you saw last night?
Oh, well, I could start off. They were way better shooters than the last team we played, but, I mean, our defense is our defense. We just got to keep people in front.
And offensively, we weren't getting inside the side in the beginning. Once we started running our offense and things like that, we started getting downhill, getting good shots, and that's when we started to claw back. And we started feeding off the offensive energy and started getting stops on the defensive end. And that made a big difference, I feel like.
Okay, question. Any more questions for the student athletes? Yes, John.
John Thompson from Houston Media Source. I should say this. I will commend y'all for doing a great job for coming back. You got off to a slow start. So after halftime, y'all came back and ran into a little problem with technical fouls. Could either one of you elaborate on the fouls, technical fouls? He was in the game.
I'm really not sure what happened. I think it was just a foul call and somebody, reacted a little bit and the refs just called a tech. But again, it's just adversity, and we knew that it wasn't over. Even though they got 6 free points after that, we just continued to fight until the game was over with.
Chris? You want Chris to comment?
Well, I'll just say sometimes emotions run high and things happen, but to piggyback off what Maul said, it's just adversity, and we just have to stay poised and get over it.
Okay. Brandon?
19 wins on the season. You guys feel confident that you should be able to get a phone call on Sunday or Monday for a tournament?
Yes. I believe, yes.
Yeah, me too.
That's the answer you were looking for. Okay, any more questions for the student athletes? Guys, you can take your name tags, and we will hopefully see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Now questions for Jason.
Coach, could you explain what happened? What was it about Southeastern zone that that maybe pressured y'all a little bit more from the outside shot that, it didn't start falling, and like you just didn't have any flow or rhythm from last night to this night?
Well, first of all, they didn't run but probably 4 or 5 possessions of zone the whole game. Offensively wasn't our problem tonight. I thought we started out the game probably playing a little bit too much one-on-one and driving, and then we called that timeout, and I was pretty upset. We got the ball going from side to side, as they said, and we scored the way we wanted to. We were down 16 and cut it to 2 or 3 at half. So we offensively wasn't the problem. We were getting what we wanted, and in the second half the same thing. We were. I thought tonight we were pretty good offensively. CG didn't have his best game, and and it's just how it goes sometimes. But other than that, you got guys that Josh got it going a little bit. Obviously, Dewey had a great night. And then, Cameron Delaney came off the bench and shot it really well for us. We didn't get a whole lot inside. We offensive rebound, got some putbacks. But, yeah, I think, to me, to be honest, it was just more of our defense tonight than it was anything.
Did you feel like that y'all got hindered a little bit when you was starting to dig yourself out? You got a hit, and all of a sudden, that was a stretch right there. It looked like you got held up with the flow of the game, with, say, maybe some calls that didn't necessarily didn't go your way? Yeah,
it's a good question. Obviously a question that I thought somebody in here would ask, but I just think as a coach, the game and your team. We were up 1 when that tech happened. I don't know what Marcus said. I know what I said, and and we can sit up here and debate that all the time. Obviously I probably just shouldn't have said anything at all, but I didn't say anything to warrant a technical foul. I wanted to know what the kid said. That's it. I wanted to know what he said, because obviously if he said a curse word, then I need to talk to him and tell him he doesn't need to say that. But the guy wouldn't tell me what he said, and he gave me a technical foul, and that's the truth. But that's my fault. I shouldn't have got a technical foul. And to go even further than that, at that point in time, even though we had a 1-point lead, I know where we're at. And we were having a hard time stopping them. And if you'll remember the possession before that, we had Jamal at the 5 and Cameron at the 4, and they took a shot underneath the basket, right underneath the basket, somehow missed it. It rolled around. We had 5 guys jump up and tip it. We somehow came down with a rebound. That's not going to happen for 7 more minutes. So, did the tide change? I felt like the tide was already changing, and, this stuff happens sometimes.
Carlos, this is John Thompson from Houston Media Source. I feel like you did a good job. And I was in the washroom when one of the coaches came and I said after 40 years he hadn't had a technical foul called against him. But sometimes when you have a technical foul called against you, that motivates some of your players. So you're only human, so we're all capable of making some errors.
Well, I appreciate that, but, obviously it wasn't at a good time. Sometimes you're right, they work, and sometimes you get them on purpose. And I've gotten a few technical fouls this year, and some of them I've gotten on purpose. But one thing I will say is that I've never gotten a technical foul by saying a curse word to a guy. And I'm proud of that as a coach. But I'm also going to say that I'm not sure I was deserving of that technical foul. Whether or not it was a time and place or whatever the case may be, I'm always going to take up for my kids. But at that point in time, I was more trying to be a coach and just trying to get him to where he doesn't do that again, because he's got another year left. And we're going to get in a situation where he doesn't need to get a technical foul again. So, I get on the referees, but I also have I think a good relationship with those guys. And, things happen sometimes. And you're right, you do it. I wasn't doing it at that point in time to try to get the momentum changed. I was doing it at that point in time because I was trying to help my player get better.
Okay, we have a question in the back. Thanks, Jason.
Coach, when Delaney started off slow after his night yesterday, and you just said that Chris didn't have a game that you were expecting of him, do you think with the other guys watching that, panic maybe set in a little bit? Some guys tried to force some stuff in the first, maybe the second half?
No. I don't think our guys ever panic. I think they work too hard. We go through too much in practice, and we've been in too many close games all year long to have any kind of panic. You know, CG didn't play well this weekend. You know, he didn't have a very good game last night, 7-7, and I didn't even look at the stats yet tonight, but I know he didn't play well. And, you know, when you're the best player on your team in your first team all-conference, you probably put a lot of pressure on yourself, and he wants to play well as much as I want him to play well. And so I'm sure he pressed a little bit, but those shots he took and missed, those are shots he shot all year long and made 49% of. And he's your best player. I'm going to call his number, and I'm going to go to him. You know, I had a couple that didn't go in there late in the game, and if they go in, maybe we're up here a lot happier right now, but that's part of the game, no matter what sport you're in. But, no, I don't think our guys panicked at all, because I think our guys have confidence, and they know that a guy like Cameron can come off the bench and hit a couple of threes, and now all of a sudden we're right back in it.
Okay, any more questions for Jason? Hope you get a phone call.